Hello, this is I Do Damage and welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to talk about Last Epoch and my thoughts and experiences with the new patch that came out just about a week ago, patch 0.7.2. I want to share my thoughts about the patch and also the future of Last Epoch. And for a bonus at the very end, I'll share my opinion if I think you should buy Last Epoch right now or if I think you should hold off. Let's go ahead and start. First of all, I just want to say just how amazing it is to be back playing Last Epoch. I had forgotten how in-depth this game is and how many build opportunities there are, itemization, skill trees, passive skill trees, classes, specializations, just everything. I could even just not even play the game and just theory craft builds for hours upon hours. And that's what I love about Last Epoch, and it's incredible to be back. But let's focus on the patch. So the big highlight in my video was the Reaper form and Transplant are getting skill trees. There's 4 other skills too that got new skill trees that I haven't even touched yet. But these two, Reaper form and Transplant, have made a whole new build that I've dreamt of ever since I started playing Last Epoch finally come to life. And this build is awesome. I made a build video actually about this specific build. But if you haven't seen the video, it's a build where it's kind of like a melee hybrid. You dash through enemies, you blow up corpses, you teleport a short distance and do these massive explosions. It's really fashy, it's really fun, all while trying to maintain your Reaper form and not die. It's just an all-around really fun build. And think, this was just 2 new skill trees. Imagine when there's even more skill trees. Every skill in the game has a skill tree finally. Imagine that point in the game. Even now, there's still so many more builds to be discovered. But another highlight of the patch was the new graphics update. First of all, the game looks better than it did. There's still room for improvement in my eyes. But the best part of this whole graphics update was bridges. That's right. Bridges. I've never seen bridges look this cool. Look at these. I want a whole map that's just all bridges. Anyway, I'll quit talking about bridges. Another part of this update, and I think this was actually added in patch 0.7.1, but it's the UI update and it's the ability to see the tier of affixes on an item, as you can see in this picture right here. This is such a nice thing to have, especially for nerds like me that just love to crunch those numbers, right? Last but not least, as far as the patch in my experience goes, I don't know if this was actually newer or what, but I saw a lot of legendaries that I don't remember seeing when I played last. Who doesn't love a new shiny legendary, right? On to my hopes for the future of Last Epoch. This patch is really showing me how impactful just skill trees are. Having them in the game just means so much. I'm just really hopeful for the point that Last Epoch has every single skill has a skill tree. That's the day that I can't wait for in Last Epoch. New items, legendaries, UI improvements are also definitely very nice. It's just a cherry on top. You know, when you just haven't played a game for 2 or 3 months and you come back and just the UI just looks that much nicer. It just feels so much better to be back. I really can't wait for respecialization so that I can try even more builds and make more build videos for you guys. Because the way it works right now is if I want to redo the nodes in a specific skill tree, I have to re-level that skill up from level 1. And this is not a great experience. And they already have talked about the new system they're going to have to be able to re-specialize. So you can switch around these nodes within the skill trees and just experiment and make more and more builds. I think the number one thing we all can't wait for is more story and more endgame content, right? The way it is right now is you can play for 3 or 4 hours and you'll beat the story and be in the end game. And the end game is not super expansive as it is right now. I know that they're going to be adding more story and more end game, but that brings me to my next point, and this is probably my number one concern for Last Epoch. And that is the timeline of updates, because it's taken about 3 months to get part 1 of phase 1. Okay, so let's say, and there's 4 phases, so let's say each phase has 2 parts, and each part takes 3 months. That's 6 months per phase. That's 2 years from now. That's a little under 2 years from now that this game will be ready for release. A lot can happen in 2 years, guys. Diablo 4? just to name one. I don't know. We'll have to see. I hope that they can speed up their update process and still deliver on quality. So the bonus part of the video that you've all been waiting for is finally here. Should you buy Last Epoch right now, or should you keep waiting? Well, let's start with the facts. Last Epoch costs $35 right now, and when the game is released, it will cost $20. We don't know when Last Epoch will be released. It could be 2 years, it could be longer, it could be sooner. We just don't know. But if you want to wait and save $15, go for it. But I want to talk about who I think this game is for. If you enjoy having a ton of build options, itemizations, crafting, classes, specialization, passive skill trees, if you love to min-max and play different alts and different characters and just play all the different classes and builds that are in the game, then yes, I seriously think you should buy it. I think that's a good use of money, and I think you'll enjoy your time in Last Epoch. Now, if you're looking for a game that has a really in-depth story, a super extensive endgame experience, that you can just play one character for an extended period of time, I don't think this game's for you. I think you should wait until they add more content. Because right now, really, if you just want to play one character, I would be surprised if you could get more than 10 hours out of that. But as always, if you think the game looks cool and it's something you want to buy it. Don't let anyone else's opinion change that. If something looks cool to you, buy it. I want to thank you everyone for watching this video, and thank you for your time. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, follow me on Twitch so you know when I go live. I also have a Discord available, and I check it almost all day, every day. These links will be down in the description. As always, thank you, and we'll see you next time.